Hey guys, quick heads up before you dive into this episode. Des and I get into some sensitive topics this week, so if you need to, take care of yourself and feel free to skip this one. We'll catch you next week.
All right, guys. Did you see that last TikTok I just sent you? Like right before we got here? No? So I just sent Lauren this TikTok. It was just popped up on my feed and it's talking about envy. There was two girls at a pool party and one of the girls like started twerking and her friend was hyping her up. Did you see it? Yes. So her friend's like hyping her up and like realizes she gets a little bit of attention and just throws her in the pool.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Well, so the TikTok that I saw initially that drew me to that had like reposted it or stitched it or whatever it's called on TikTok.
Yeah.
Said that the girl said she couldn't swim.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
It is. It's messed up. And then she gets out and she tells her friend, she's like, I don't remember her friend's name. Christina, I'm gonna fight you.
She's
I'm
like,
so angry.
Get off of me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to fight you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, and they were just like vibing. Like, nobody's in the pool. It's crowded.
Yeah,
like,
which is weird.
Dirty. Unless, like, if I'm gonna push my best friend in the pool, I'm gonna laugh, but I'm gonna be the first one either helping her or I'm gonna jump in after her.
Yeah, she backed up.
It was dirty. I just saw it and I was like, what kind of... And it's trending all over TikTok. Yeah. Everybody's talking about how bad of a friend this girl is.
Yeah. Because, you don't push your... First of all, she couldn't swim, poor girl. You could see the panic in her eyes. She has her phone in her hand.
Her vape, which is very important to people these days.
It's dangerous, too. Yeah, but then she can't swim. But, no, not a good friend. But I'm proud of the guy who like was sticking up for her.
Yeah, he's like, you're dirty.
Yeah, he's like, you ain't shit.
Yeah, I was like, why? And then I was laughing because as I was looking it up, the girl, so there's a girl that they pan to after like the girl's out.
Yeah.
And she's like, she has like a joint in her hand.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she's like, what happened?
He's like, pay attention.
Like exactly like that. Like it's just in her hand. She's like she just took a hit. Like wide eyes, and she thought, what just went on?
in a different world.
Yeah. She was like, I was just vibing the struggle of being a girl.
I'm looking at our alternate monitor right now. So if you see me like looking down, I'm so sorry. Y'all are just going to have to embrace me for this today because, yeah.
If anybody says anything about Lauren's hair, we're going to fight. I'm not like the girl who pushed the other one in the... All right. Well, you know what? With that, Lauren's going to finish fixing her hair.
Let's roll the intro. Test. Can you hear me? It's Des and Lo, and this is the Did We Really podcast. Killed it. I love it.
I want the tea. When you give me a story, give me the tea.
Got chapstick on my teeth.
Did you see this other TikTok?
What?
The wife, her husband uses the chapstick brand. You know, there's a brand that's just called chapstick. And you know how they're colored, but they're clear when they come on. So she cut out his chapstick. She melted down, I guess, an old lipstick of hers. And then she reformed it into the chapstick. And then she left it there. So then he took it, right? And she sent him off to go run some errands for her.
Oh, my God.
And he comes back. And because he hadn't looked in the mirror at all, because I'm sure men don't look in the mirror to fix their chapstick like we do. It's clear and we're still like,
Yeah. It's just chapstick. Yeah.
And so he hadn't looked and he like walks in the room and he tells her, he's like, do you know what they fucking told me when I got these? And she's like, what? And he has like lipstick on his mouth. Like it's not like too crazy, but it's like darker. And she's like, what? And he's like, they asked me, is this for you? Because it was tampons. And he was like, no, it's for my wife. He's like, why would they ask me that? And so she's just like giggling and like recording him. So he's going to the bathroom. He's like, that's so weird, isn't it? And da-da-da. And he's like, he finally looks up in the mirror and he's all, what the fuck? So I need to know, what's got you spiraling this week?
This sprain turned out to be a little worse than I thought.
Everybody who doubted her, I did see the bruises.
I think just not being in the gym for the past week. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back just doing arm stuff. 2 days.
Dang. You're going to text me and you're going to be in the sauna for like 3 hours.
I know. Be passed out. They're going to have to drag me out of there. Are you spiraling this week?
Spiraling, no.
You're just crashing out a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I need to understand this term. I feel like I get it, but I don't. Can you explain what crashing out means?
I mean, it's like... It's not necessarily spiraling. It's more like when you're angry, I feel like. I think people use it like you're spiraling, but I think it's when you get angry about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a mom of a teenager. I'm always crashing out. So, we're going to touch on a little bit later more of Severance.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to bring it back to our Temptation Island because we never gave a recap of the reunion that was on Vile Files. Did we?
I'm not even sure I really finished it just because I couldn't stand listening to them anymore.
I made myself finish it, but it was playing in the background as I was creating a video. I was like, So I do want to touch on some things though that we've watched that were like super cringy, but we're gonna get back onto that in a little bit later. What does what we watch say about us?
Like, that we have a taste.
We are basically watching couples
yes,
split up and cheat on each other.
Yes.
I don't know. Like I was just, and then we watched Severance, which is like a mind fuck, and then
I'm in bed watching David Attenborough with animals on National Geographic.
Then I'm just binging every Bravo show that comes on. I'm also part-time doctor by all the doctor medical shows that I watch.
Yeah, I had to stop watching those for a little while because it was giving me like
every time something's wrong with you, you're like, I'm definitely that one person on that show where it was a mild headache and now they have a brain tumor.
That's me. Yeah, no, I legit like almost had a panic attack last night. I don't remember what I was watching, but I was like, I have that. That's me. And I was like, I need to schedule a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So
off to the doctor.
See you in a week.
Turns out it was allergies.
Yeah. No, I'll be all right. I usually am.
I feel like it makes things a little not worse for you, but the fact that you have a doctor like literally a phone call away from you.
Yeah.
And at that, like, he's like top level doctor. He's not like mild, like, just.
Oh, that doctor.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about mine. I was like, yeah, I got her number.
I know where Sarah lives. I want to talk a little bit about our lighthearted show, which is Temptation Island, because we told everybody what it was about. Couples that go off to an island, they're trying to see if they're the perfect match for each other.
Yeah.
None of them are.
Well,
just kidding. Okay. At least I think I've watched a few seasons now, and I feel like one couple always ends up going off together. So it's different, but like, how genuine is it for these people to come onto this show?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, if I know that it's a show, and so like I know it's going to be blasted everywhere. Well, everywhere people can subscribe, but. Like, do they genuinely think that this is going to fix a relationship? Or are you just looking for clout?
Well, probably both. Honestly, I think maybe some of them are like, yeah, we do need to do this to get either you need to get out of my life. Maybe it's a way for them to like break up almost. But It's probably more for clout, but I do feel like there's those couples that are a little delusional that they're like, yeah, this is gonna help.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I think that this last cast, so the Temptation Island that's now on Netflix, this last cast, if you watch their union on Biofiles, we attempted to watch all of it. They genuinely like confessed that they were kind of on it to be kind of famous. So he's like, I mean, we're not going to lie. Like, some of us do get on these shows, because we want a little bit of fame. And I was like, I'm glad you said it, but y'all definitely went down in my book.
Because one of the couples were already like,
broken up.
Done.
Yeah.
And then they go on TV to reconciliate. Like,
yeah.
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 No, that's clout for sure.
Seriously. And so, like, the way that they all fell out, the way, like, the hate between those two, I'm like, y'all are all so fake. Y'all were already done. And, he is getting a lot of shit, but I'm like, y'all were broken up before. Yeah. So, like, you're still riding so hard that he screwed you over, but you already done. So, like, you probably should have just been done in general. The one couple I want to touch on is Ashley and Grant. Mm-hmm. Because, so Grant has a kid, mm-hmm. daughter specifically. And I'll call out a daughter because the way he acts is so... I don't know if narcissist is the right word. I don't feel like he's a narcissist. I feel like
he's just dumb.
He is. And it's like he wants to prove his point so much to her. Like, that he's the one that's being hurt. She reposted TikToks that were talking about me, and I'm so upset because my daughter is going to see that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you just had sex with a girl on TV. Like, your daughter is going to see that.
Yeah. And go to school and be like... bullied, like, I saw your dad.
Yeah, like, Lauren was getting bullied because her dad put on chapstick. Imagine that.
No, seriously.
Like, I don't understand. So, like, the entire time they would have a chance to talk, it was just constantly him arguing how she was wrong. And, like, the poor girl, I mean, I think you could just tell, like, it was genuine tears. I felt like it. Now, she could be a great actor. But, like, she was just, like, sobbing on the other side of the couch. Like, even when they weren't even talking, like, it was other couples talking, and she was sitting there, like, crying. And I was like, God, like, you're just ripping into her for, like, what? Y'all already done.
Yeah. I don't know. What, like... tears for him, especially.
Yeah, she's one of those. It seems their relationship is super toxic. So she seems like she's one of those girls that has a really hard time letting him go.
Yeah.
And so, like, they would always get back to, like, you said you love me, and then you do this.
Which I never understand. It drives me crazy when you see a girl with a guy who isn't shit. Mm-hmm. But wants to keep going back. Mm-hmm. And, like, he's still treating you like crap. And you still want to go back?
So then he starts dating the girl that he was on the island with. Then cheats on her with Ashley. The fact that she decided to get back with him is the trippy part.
Yeah.
And then they stay together for a little while. And then they break up. And then she starts posting with the guys that she originally left the island with. Like, y'all kind of ruined it.
You're making yourself look dumb. Like, nobody likes you. Like, you wanted to go on for clout, and now look what happened. Like, now people just think you're stupid.
Yeah, which you pretty much are. He's definitely in his selfish era, because if he really was considering his daughter and the way that she was going to look at him throughout all of this, then he would have gone to the island. He would have not... done anything.
He wouldn't have gone on the show in the first place.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think that it's I can understand where it could be a true test, but
this is a sex-based show.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I said, like, there's that test of truly, like, it makes sense for people who've been together, like, since they were, like, 16. Always in there. Like, the only people they've ever been with is each other. And then they go on here. I understand that. There was another couple on another season who did that. They were together 8 years and they got on this show because they hadn't really been with anybody else. They end up breaking up and he ends up finding the love of his life on the show. I don't know if they're still together. This was an older season, but they come to a reunion and those two are still together, the one that he met on the island. I can understand that to a point. People need to sow their wild oats. That's how I feel. That's one thing.
I agree. Yeah. I guess it's just, again, like we said the last time we were talking about it, like it's just such a dirty way to do it.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Like, let me do it where I'm going to torture you, literally. Like, we're going to go on an island. You're only going to get tidbits of what I'm doing. You have no context. I could be laying in the bed and I rolled over and they're going to make that 10-second clips of me rolling over to the other person and like, oh, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm just saying, go to freaking therapy. But then again, we wouldn't be able to watch you on TV.
So I appreciate you wanting clout, but like, also we know that your relationship is not real.
Yeah. But thanks for the entertainment.
Yeah, we'll watch next season
and follow you on TikTok so we can see how dumb you are. So maybe it does work. I don't know.
No, I don't. I haven't followed anyone from Love Island this season besides the girl that we
Love
found.
Island or Temptation?
Sorry, Temptation Island.
The
edit girl.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. Anyways, she's really good at some content.
Brian, who had the threesome in his place and told him he needed to get his crap together. I think we mentioned her last time, but we found her on TikTok and she's really cool. So
yeah, she put Brian in his place and he did not listen. Anyways, so Severance. On to our next show. This is all for Brian. The reason we keep mentioning the show is all for you. I'm going to say an unpopular opinion. Well, it's not unpopular because we talked about this, but
spoiler alert.
The ending sucks.
Yeah, hot take.
Sorry, Ben Stiller.
I know. I'm curious what Brian has to say. We kind of started a little group thread and we haven't told him that we finished it yet. So, didn't like the ending at all.
It was really good. It was all of it kept you guessing.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to figure it out. The ending sucked.
Yeah. And I still have questions about theories that I had, and I don't know. There's got to be a season 3. There has to be, or I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah.
Because they were running to certain death, were they not?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just wanted... We're not going to say it. We talked about it. We talked about it on our own time. We don't... The show is good.
It is.
The show
really
is good. The ending sucked.
Maybe if we get an explanation, I feel like I want to go down a TikTok rabbit hole, and make. I don't know. Brian again always has good theories and stuff.
Yeah.
If we get a good explanation why it ended the way that it did, maybe I'll get it. But I don't know. Maybe we're too simple-minded to understand what was really going on, why he went back. Or you just fell for the redhead. I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I told Lauren I compared this to the Game of Thrones ending for the last and final season. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, that's always very disappointing. But the White Lotus, on the other hand, I just told Des to start watching it. She said she gave it a try, but you really have to not sit down and watch it, but you get to love and hate the characters, and it's just such an interesting concept. Rich people on vacation, but they're very unhappy. But it's so intense. It's such a good show.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll try. Where can you watch it?
On Max, I believe.
It's the one platform I don't have.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, you can have a login. I have Gavin and Nick and Crystal.
They'll be like Netflix and start limiting your logins. Yeah. Okay. I'll check that one out. I don't think I have any recommendations now. all my shows are wrapping up and they're getting lamer and lamer, so I got to find different ones to watch.
Well, I feel like a bunch of new stuff is about to come out. Like Black Mirror is about to come out with the new season. My favorite podcast, Kill Tony, is coming to Netflix. I think that's tonight, so I'm excited about that.
I'll have to check that out. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
No? I thought I told you about this.
Probably, but we talk about a lot of things.
That's true. If you like stand-up comedy, if you like to laugh, you'll like it.
If you like to laugh.
Yeah.
If you have any sense of humor.
Well, because a lot of the people suck on it, but it's hilarious. Like an open mic, and you get called out of a bucket. You go up, you do 1 minute of comedy, and you either suck, you don't. I don't know. It's changed people's lives. It's like... And yeah, he always has guest celebrities on the show too. So
why is it that we like watching things like this? Like, why is it? Because what you basically described is like people either suck on there or don't. Why do we like people watching people fail? With everything we watch, people fail.
It's lighthearted. I feel like this show is a little lighthearted, but he does roast. He is a roast battle like connoisseur, so he does roast these people, but it's so funny.
People failing is our humor. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if it's your first time doing stand-up and you're being seen by millions of people, like you've got balls.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's fun.
I feel like if you do stand-up, well, one, yes, you have balls either way because you're getting out there more than likely going to fail the first time you're on stage.
Yeah, you're going to bomb.
They all bomb. Like, listening to the stories that they tell when they go out there and they, like, just nobody laughs. They get heckled and, like, kicked off a stage. I'm like, oh, my pride would be hurt.
I know.
I quit.
I don't have the heart to do that. I would cry.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's enough of our shows. So I want to change up into the TikTok that you sent me recently. I kind of watched a little bit of the videos, but I want to understand, how did you find this and what happened? Did you go down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, I did. Okay. For like 2 hours. So it's a TikToker. You could have sworn she was like 25, 26.
How old is she?
20. She's been doing this since she was in like younger in high school, basically. But it's just this girl. And I remember seeing her face just because she's got a very unique way of doing her makeup. But I came across a video and it was just of her like crying on a balcony. And I went... the comments, you always go to the comments, like what's going on. And she basically posts this 3-hour-long YouTube about how her boyfriend had been abusing her throughout their relationship, and they had only been together for like 9 months or something like that. I don't know. It drew me in just because of she makes content constantly. I mean, she's making videos, maybe posting 2 or 3 videos every day. It's a lot. And a lot of it, she's very like upbeat, happy girl. Like she's got the craziest personality, like in the best way. She's very quirky and like always traveling, always doing something, always partying, which that's why I thought she was older, is because she was always out like at a club or like at a birthday party or, you know, traveling to Hawaii and all of these crazy places, and it's just the life of an influencer, right?
Yeah.
So people are like watching her, hating her, loving her. She got a lot of haters because of the way she did her makeup, but that's just who she is, okay? But she starts dating this guy. They post content together, and people love him, people hate him. But she just came out 2 days ago basically saying that he was abusing her their whole relationship.
Yeah.
And so now people are going back to her videos, and in a lot of her videos, she's got a swollen face, she's got bruises, and it's just kind of crazy like how all of that flew under the radar because she was such a bubbly person.
Yeah.
And so she goes and makes this 3-hour-long YouTube video with dates, every single date that he had put his hands on her. And he's like beating the crap out of her, like pushes her downstairs, like almost unalived her, like by choking her to death. Like, and you can see when she posts these dates, if you go back onto her timeline and her TikTok to one of those dates, you can see the bruises. Like you can see her busted lip or her swollen face. And it's just, I don't know how to feel about it. It made me feel so bad for her because she had every chance to like leave, but she just didn't. And that's something it's hard for me to wrap my head around. Like I get people say like, you don't just leave, because that's a person telling you that they love you and they care for you and they're doing things for you, but then they go and beat the shit out of you the next day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was interesting to me because it's just like how social media really isn't what it seems to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you see this bubbly girl, but behind the scenes, she's...
Yeah, I think it's nuts. I did watch at least like one of the videos where she's just recording. So like you can see the ceiling and you can hear them too, just like, well, you can hear him yelling at her and she's just like bawling, like wailing, crying, like, and then like you hear a pop and then she's like, her phone just is like everywhere. And then the next clip is like her in the mirror, like showing off her jaw and stuff like that. Like he'd hit her in her jaw, so it was like swollen. But I mean, yeah, like I agree. I mean, I feel like it's something that we've always talked about. Like social media isn't real, right. And it's just something that, you know, we stress to our kids and we tell them like what you see on camera is more than likely always going to be the good, never the bad, you know, besides World
like,
Star.
Yeah. I feel like there's been so much more realness coming from people on social media, but it's like, is it really real? Like, you know?
Yeah, because there's people who are searching for the empathy in posts like this who aren't genuine, which sucks. Like that's where I get sketchy, is like there's people, we just talked about it, Temptation Island, like they just went through all of this like stuff people can relate to for clout. Like they just did all of that's traumatizing stuff to be cheated on, to do these things, to see it on a television. Like, so that's all traumatizing stuff. That's clout, like that's chasing clout. So then when you have somebody who experiences like real life stuff like this and it comes out and then you're like, how did I miss the signs? How did I not know to tell her? Why didn't I comment on any of her videos and tell her like, yeah, hey, what's your busted lip for? You know, like, I don't know. It's crazy, but I hope it's telling for like a lot of the young girls who do that. I mean, 9-month relationship, it's never an excuse to hit somebody, but I feel like more you hear this, it's like further on, they're in a relationship for so long, so they can't do this.
He hit her for the first time 2 months into their relationship.
There's never like a victim blame, but there's just something.
I think it's mentally, like being a mom, like seeing a young girl like go through something like that. Like she said the first time that he ever like before he got physical, the first sign that he could be physical was him getting really drunk, getting in a car, and she's trying to stop him. And he's like, get out. And he like raises his fist and she's like, I'm about to get hit. But he just ends up hitting his windshield and breaking it.
Yeah.
And I've had a boyfriend that's done that. And I was just like, you know, if he hasn't hit you and he does that, what do you think he's capable of?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I think there's just that mentality shift. Like, there's so many people who don't believe their worth, or a lot of women who want to fix a guy, or who like, they will make an excuse for them. But if it was flipped the other way, I don't know, because there are plenty of girls who do hit men and the abusive relationship is flipped. Yeah. But like, it's like a woman can think of so many excuses of why I can forgive and forget and we can continue to move on. Or like the guy, like you said, like the guys are so love bomby that you're like, it was just a one time and he didn't hit me. He hit the car. It's not going to happen to me. Oh, okay. Well, damn, he shoved me this time. Well, you know what? Like, we were arguing about legit things. I was wrong in the argument. So like maybe if I just adjust and like I don't do these and like you keep making excuses or you keep trying to justify or adjust and
the thing is with her though, it's like she knew she wasn't in the wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, like he was the one that was verbally abusing her and like you hear her being like, you know, F you, you're not, you know, anything, but that's after he's like beat the crap out of her.
Yeah.
So and like I don't know, it's just. It makes me wonder also, like, what this dude has gone through. He's 20 years old, for God's sakes. Like, and you're treating a woman, like a girl like this, that you're, I don't know.
It's interesting to think about that because I feel like there's always, like, two sides. Like, you wanna think, you as, like, a normal human being, you want to think that they've been through something bad so that way it can not justify, but somewhat give you a rhyme and reason of why they're acting like that. But sometimes, like, they didn't go through anything bad. They were just
wired that way.
Yeah.
Because there's a video of him. And it's funny because she is recording this and she's like, this is so weird. I'm watching my boyfriend write and he writes differently. And apparently there's a whole theory on like psychopaths and how they write their letters and their words. And it's very, very similar to what he was doing. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he was just wired that way, but
it's all just so like crazy and like tricky, and you like want to like shake people when they're in these type of things, and you want them to understand like this is your sign. Like you need to get out before things. This is why I do like. There's a podcast that's called Something Was Wrong. I don't know if you've ever listened to it. But it's like stories of people who, it started off like really being like stories of exes. So women would come on the show and they like go into like this deep like research of all these people. And it would be like stories where they've kind of, you know, gaslighting things and like they've got these people away from their family and like they come and they do these horrible things. And like it just kind of opened your eyes to like seeing like both sides because these women will give their full story. So like they're making you feel like you're in it with them, right? Yeah. And like of course you listen to it and you're like, girl, sign after sign after sign. Why didn't you like leave? Why are we still here? Why did you stay for 2 years? What happened? And like they all admit it. They're like, I get it. Telling this story, all the flags were there, all the signs were there, but when you're in it, it's like you don't want to see them. Like you everybody else can point them out around you, but they're not with you.
Well, you can point them out yourself, but you're going to
they're not with you that 24/7 where the person is being so kind and the man that you want them to be and like doing everything right, and then you know that quick 10 minutes where he beats your ass and then you're like, oh shit, well that's not the person I meant. Like, you know, it's so intricate like for these women and I hate that it has to I hate that it happens to them. It doesn't have to happen, but like man, to just
I just can't imagine. Like I don't know. And like this guy was doing this in front of their friends too. Like her roommate saw her getting strangled. Like at what point do you what? It makes me mad that they didn't intervene. But like, what are you going to tell the girl or the person that's not going to leave?
Exactly. So like that's the struggle that everybody runs into, and it's, you know, speak up if you got a friend that's going through this. I mean, I know some people are just scared of like the men as well. Like, what happens if I speak up? Like, he's already beating her ass, and he apparently loves her. Like, is he gonna come after me?
That's very true. He did try to knock down her roommate's door, but it was because Kayla was in there as well. But he knocked down the freaking door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would get out of there. I'd be like, sorry, I can't live with your a crazy boyfriend, first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just see them like in Hawaii with friends and he's acting crazy. And they go back to the hotel and this is probably one of the worst, she says, beatings. And she has to post. This is her job. She's a content creator. It's just so sad. Like, she is swollen. Like, her face is crazy swollen. And she's like, crashed 2 mopeds and I have sun poisoning. And, you know, I've never been this swollen before. Like, little do we know she was getting beat up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
That sucks. It gives me a little, I get a little scared, you know. We talk about, like, we have our little sister going off to college soon, and then, you know, I'm raising a girl. So like it always worries me, but you know, I've been honest on this show before, and you know, you've got like my backstory, and you know, Kai's got to hear it. You know, not maybe like in full detail, but there's you know, some things that happened, and so she's listened to it, and sometimes I feel really bad because I don't feel like my kid should know any of it, but like I don't ever want that to happen to her. So like I feel like being honest and like being like, you know, it doesn't matter your age, because she tells me some stories about some kids currently, and like I don't know, it's nuts.
It is. Kids really are like crazy nowadays.
It is. And as we kind of, you know, we maybe we should have given some warning that we were going to talk about domestic violence. You know, sorry, that's a trigger for anybody.
A little warning in the beginning.
Yeah. But I do want to talk about, so this is all kind of like a violence. We just kind of, it was a week, you know, from finding out some stuff. We had, I don't know if Lauren heard about it. I'm sure you did because it was everywhere on social media. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the kid that was stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I kind of wanted to bring this up, only just to talk about it, not in length, not to be on anybody's side, but what interests me the most in this is, you know, I feel sorry for both families. Sorry for the kid who, you know, lost his life, and who the parents are gonna, you know, now mourn their son who's alive but is not looking great. Well, I mean the kid who actually did the stabbing. Right. You know, like this family's about to have to mourn their son who's going to be gone for a while. But it was very interesting to me the way that the news story broke, because all I saw was like, you know, kid gets stabbed, whatever. My kid is the reason I found out. Actually, her boyfriend was the reason I found out, because he told me in the car. And then, you know, we just kept seeing more and more stuff. And like, as stuff was coming out, it was like this kid who was stabbed, you know, dedicated his life to Jesus. And like, you know, he had scholarships, and you know, he was such a good kid, and you know, he was minding his business. And like, then I started seeing photos of the other kid, and they're like not great photos of the kid. You know, he's doing things in the photos,
but he's also doing things that kids do.
Yeah. And so then you're like, okay, like, mind you, like, as me and my family kept talking about it, I kept voicing my opinion, and it was just like, we don't know anything. The only fact that we know is a kid lost his life.
Yeah.
That's the only fact we know. It's like, we weren't there. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
We don't know what went down. So like, I know it's easy to fall for everything that's coming out on social media because you want to feel really bad for that family. And you do. I feel bad someone lost their kid. But like, the way everything started unfolding as to portray this kid as like
a thug.
Yeah. And I hated it. Like, I hated it. And like, there's just all the stories that came out piling. You know?
Yeah. No, I had to stop scrolling eventually, because obviously it's very local. So it's on our Facebook, it's on the news, it's, you know, everywhere. And just a lot of people.
Yeah, we're trying to tread lightly because there's no side to take on this.
Yeah.
like, again, a kid lost his life. Like, that's horrible.
There's no reason to take somebody's life. And I think that's a big point to make, because he obviously knew where to do it, because it was in the heart, was it not? See, I don't even have all the facts.
I don't know. All I know is it was a stab to the chest.
Yes. Which is not okay.
No.
And you don't know what his intent was. Like, he did admit to it. I mean, but I don't know. Stabbing somebody obviously is most likely going to lead to death, especially in that area.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his intent was. Is he guilty? Probably. But I'm glad that...
I mean, he's definitely guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, guilty with malintent.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made that point, though, because I had to stop scrolling at some point, because these people are just like, he had no business being like they're just advocating for the victim, which you're going to do, but you're not having any empathy, sympathy for this other kid at all. Like, he was a human too, and like, you don't know how he grew up. Like, you don't know what was happening when it happened. Mm-hmm. You don't, like, he could have felt threatened. You want to make it be like, well, he shouldn't have brought a weapon. Like, yeah, you're right, but again, like, these circumstances were what they were, and like you said, two families are mourning their kid.
Yeah,
one in a really worse way, I think.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't like the way that people can't see two sides to a story.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely so...
I just said everything that you said.
So, as I was talking to my family, and I was just telling them, like, I've watched too many TV shows. We've had too much real life stuff actually happen within our country for things like this. And, it was actually my kid that was like, well, not everything's TV, Mom. And I was like, look, I understand that. I'm like, but right now, this kid is fully guilty with like, as if he came there just ready to
do that.
Yeah. And that's the public opinion.
Yeah.
That's no, and like, I don't think she maybe she did after we kept talking about it, but I was just like, I really need you to understand that you're getting your facts from Facebook and from friends of friends who had videos, and like, you're not getting your facts from like legitimate things, legitimate sources.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but like the fact that race does kind of come into play with this. It
happened in Frisco, Texas, which isn't, I mean, it is a melting pot now, but I mean, the schools are probably predominantly white, and I mean, just a bunch of white people commenting on these stories, and it's really on every single thread. Again, I had to put my phone down because I was just like,
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah, I get it. Luckily, I haven't seen a lot from it lately, but I did see a post yesterday that was for the other party in this.
Mm-hmm.
And, they started bringing up stuff that's happened in the past. Like I said, like, things that have happened in real life here in the United States. And I was like, it all makes sense. Like, my heart hurts for this other family too. It sucks to see so many good things about this other kid.
Yeah.
And so many, or not even, because the family didn't speak out until like recently, which, I mean, I feel like as they should, like, you don't really have an excuse for that, but like, they finally spoke out just because people were saying so many bad things about their kid, when I think the other kid had scholarships too, apparently. Like, he was going to go off somewhere.
He was playing sports. Like, he's not in the streets with his gun. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's just, it.
Like,
I guess I say all this
pictures of the other kids with guns too. And like, it might have been different because they were hunting guns, but it's just like, these are just people.
Yeah.
You know, and like, regardless, you are who you are. Like, I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Tough.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about it because I was like, I wonder what, like,
I'm on
if you've seen it and kind of like what you think about it.
I'm assuming he's going to be in court, and he's a minor, right?
Yeah, but so I think they're charging him as an adult.
Oh, is he 17?
I think so.
Oh,
I don't know. Take all that stuff out that's not factual.
Well, we don't know. This is the whole point is like, we don't have the facts. No. And like, if we're not sitting here like being like, well, it was this way and you should feel this way.
Yeah. I'm interested to see like how this unfolds. And again, like, sorry to both parents, sorry to the parents that lost their kid. Like, I doubt you'll ever hear our podcast, but you know, we're not trying to make light of anything. It's just interesting to see unfolding, being like a third party who's not close to either one of them and just in the same city.
Yeah, I know. And you want to, I mean.
And this isn't on those parents. Like, those parents aren't, well, we don't know. But like, it's not like they're out there like reposting all this stuff. Like, this is the public that's doing it. It's not the parents that lost the kid. This is people who knew what happened and then just started sharing whatever side of the story they heard, that they were at the Taco Bell when the brother came in and the cousin was talking about, like, these are just people who are like, that's how ridiculous it is. It's like, literally, it's like, oh, I heard somebody talking about it in Dick's and they must know what they're talking about. So I'm going to go tell somebody else that I heard this, you know, about this case.
Yeah.
So, or this tragedy is what it is.
Technology and the misinformation that we can spread nowadays.
Seriously. Also, don't ever look for us for facts.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we're gonna get back to our lightheartedness. We kind of wanted to talk about it. That's been like the hot hitter around here, and you know,
it is important to think about everybody involved, and it's a tough situation, but you can't just be one-sided from the very beginning.
No, for real. Murder,
domestic violence. Like,
we're heavy. So let's get back to something light so we can wrap this up. There's a trend right now on TikTok that is women in their 30s. Have you seen this trend yet?
I haven't. I've read this and I was very curious.
So it's like they're like jamming out to like one of our songs. I can't think of it. What's a 2000 song?
I really like what you.
I think it is that song, to be honest.
Stop.
It's something like that. And like what they're doing is they're all on their phones and they're all like, I'm going to look at you, camera. So they're like lip singing and they're like.
So they're doing what like Gen Z has been doing for the last 5 years? What?
Yeah, well, it just reminded me of like millennials when Snapchat, before, you know, content creation was really like big, like every single girl you knew had their phone or had Snapchat or had Instagram, and they were recording themselves lip singing to any song, and it was just really cringe to me. Like, it was like, and I say that as I, you know, make TikTok videos, and I'm not lip syncing music because it's cringe to me. But like I'll do it.
I posted one the other day. What are you trying to say?
No, like it's just like it made me laugh because I remember seeing those things, you know, early 20s, and everybody used to do them. I think I used to try them, but like I feel like I was always off, and I was like, these things are so cringy to me.
I don't remember ever doing that.
No? Yeah, I remember seeing them like left and right. I was on my Snapchat, and it was just like one girl, the next girl, somebody else is lip singing something. Da, 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 da. Like it was just like so many things. So like bringing it back to like millennials, it's like, girls. I'm gonna post mine tomorrow.
I thought it was gonna be like an empowering thing.
No, I mean it is. It is empowering because what it is a lot of millennials in their 30s now. So you know they're all showing off how good they look, and then I clicked on the trend and I started scrolling through, in which, ladies, let's take off the filter.
Oh yeah. You can see your eyelashes moving.
Yeah, when your screen is blue on my screen, I know you have a filter on your face.
When it's blue.
Yeah, it's like those filters. I'll have to show you. I don't know what the filter is, but it's because they contour like their cheeks really bad. And not bad, really good because your cheeks look contoured. But then like, it's like you got a film on your screen. Like I can tell you have a filter on.
I can always just see it like moving.
Yeah, that too. I can see that too. Take the filters off, show your good looks. And be like that. But then, so as I kept scrolling, there was another lady, and they were like the real side of women in their 30s. And she's like sitting on a couch with like a messy bun in her hair, like just looking around, like
scrolling TikTok, watching
everybody else. So, you know, let's celebrate millennials being in their 30s. We're going to post a video on our TikTok of Lauren and doing this trend because she likes to sing songs.
Okay.
Just kidding. I don't know. She can if she wants to. I'm not going to force her.
Oh, that's going to be our next TikTok. We haven't posted on there in a while.
I'm like, do it now, Lauren. Do it now.
Yeah, no, I have not seen that, but now I'm going to go look. I thought it was going to be empowering because I saw some, it was a lesbian woman who was like, this trend with the 30-year-old women right now. And I'm like, what trend? But it might have been that one. She likes it.
Yeah. I did. I think I saw the same thing that you, it's like this trend. So I clicked on it and I was
like, girls, like,
I mean, look, I will have to say, I think that we've aged well.
Yeah, I do too. Thanks, Botox.
I've not had Botox, but thanks, little forehead.
You're right. That's the only place. Well, that's not true. Anyways.
We're not giving away all of Lauren's secrets right now. Okay, Lo, tell me an emotional truth bomb.
An emotional truth bomb?
Yeah, that's what I want to end on.
Emotional?
I want you just to cry. No, I'm just kidding. Or you want spicy take? Let's give spicy take. I want to hear. So this is Lauren. I gave her an assignment that I forgot about. And she was to bring one spicy take.
Like something petty that you've been testing out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny because I was like, what the hell would I be testing out? But I have been.
What about but I have been testing then.
So when you're walking in a store and you want to be polite and like somebody's walking, like when it's crowded, like you'll kind of like make way for other people and so will they. But I've noticed a lot of like older men that won't.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm always the one like trying to dodge them, which I don't want to touch you. That's probably why. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing this thing where when I'm walking in a store, like a mall or something, and I see a man and there's plenty of room for him to move,
mm-hmm.
I will keep walking straight at him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe one or two have moved out of the way. And the other times
I've just chest bumped it. Chest bumped. Just bumped it.
I've shoulder checked these men.
Yeah.
Like, move.
Mm-hmm.
I am the woman here. And I'm not trying to like play the woman card. Like you should, I'm all goddess, like move out of my way. Like, I think it's just manners. And I feel like they walk, it's certain men, not all men. Not all men. But
most of them, though.
Enough for you to shoulder check a much shorter, smaller girl. Like, I don't know. I've just been like taking up space that is mine.
Yeah. If
that makes sense.
No, I get it. I feel like you've talked about it before. You said that you were going to start doing that, but you hadn't told us that you actually
I've been doing it. Not all the time, because it's only when I'm in a spicy mood, I feel like. But I have been doing it. And it really is amazing how many times somebody has bumped into me.
Yeah.
And maybe they're on the same assignment.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, people are going to move out of my way, and they run into Lauren.
But it's only men that I do this with. Like, if you're a girl walking, like, unless you're just being completely rude.
Why is it different?
It's not different. I just find that men do it more.
Yeah.
I've never had to, like, go out of my way to dodge a chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I have. But they were probably on the same assignment you were. They were like, get the fuck out of my way. And I was like, okay.
I don't know. It was just like a woman power thing, I think, that I wanted to try out, where I was like, you're going to move out of my way.
I'm like picturing you walking around with like shoulder pads.
Just like, I'm doing it on purpose.
Shoulder checking people.
I don't know. I've just been like testing it out just to see what happens. And it's very curious that I've literally been bumped into so many times now that I am not the one moving out of the way.
She's not the one to mess with anymore. You see Lauren, get out the way.
I look like a man right now.
Insert the song right here. Move, bitch, get out the way.
I'm gonna have the boombox with me while I'm walking through the store. Arlo's like, Mom, you okay?
You check Arlo.
Poor kid. I would never.
Okay, well, that's good. I am interested you need to tell us if that ever goes any kind of way.
I'm going to try, like, when I'm at a mall or something, and, like, maybe have Gabe or the kids record me, and you'll freaking see, like, what I mean. Some of these, it's not just men, it's people, because I'm picturing myself walking through the mall now. They just have, like, no regard for anybody.
Lauren.
That's my big shirt. I can take up space.
You can.
I haven't been to the gym in a week. I know.
Okay, I love it. I want you to keep doing that. I mean, you are.
You should try. See how many times you get bumped into.
I'll just cry.
See, I used to. Now I'm taking my power back.
No, it's like ingrained in me. I don't know if I can. I'd have to really think about it. And I'd probably be like, I'm going to do it this time, and then like move out of the way and be like,
I'm not walking fast or anything. I'm walking at a normal pace, which is the thing. It's like I'm not like running at them. Like, I'm just walking, minding my business, move out of my way.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't know. Probably won't try it. It's too much for me to think about. I just much rather keep going. I hate being at the mall anyways.
Yeah.
So like
no, I don't think about it all the time. But when I do and I see him coming, I'm like, watch this.
Hold my purse.
Hold my purse, literally.
Okay, that was a good one to end on. Y'all got a long, interesting podcast from us today.
Well, there's probably going to be some cuts here and there.
Yeah, no. I know for sure there's going to be cuts in there, but I feel like it was interesting.
You got a little bit of everything today. A lot of TikTok references. Can you tell?
We're on TikTok all the time. 85 more days, apparently, on this thing. Send it out.
What?
Yeah.
Again?
You're president.
Not mine.
I mean, technically. Nope. Anyways, yeah. So hopefully someone buys it.
Somebody will.
America just wants to make money. They're probably, there's some tariffs. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for another day, okay? We're not going to talk about the tariffs.
On the penguins on some random island that's not even inhabited by humans.
What?
He's putting tariffs on everything, every piece of land he can. Literally. One where there are just penguins.
I didn't know. I thought we were past the tariff time.
These penguins.
I hope Kylie's paying attention in history right now, because that's when I learned about tariffs. Okay, all right. Enough about Mr. Orange.
Mm-hmm.
We have guests. We have a guest next week.
Yay.
So you don't get us rambling. For everybody who's missed the last two, I'm excited. It's going to be interesting. They're going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to ask her all the questions.
Seriously. It's going to be a lot of fun. We actually have guests for you for the next 2 weeks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that you tune in this week, obviously.
Drop out.
We hope that you do tune in again next week. Make sure you leave us a review on everything, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. We love to hear your feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So seriously,
but don't ruin our 5.0.
Don't.
I'll know who you are.
Yeah, we'll find you. For real. No, but seriously, we love to hear your feedback, and make sure you follow us on all of our socials.
Did We Really Podcast on Instagram. Yeah, everything. Like she said, all of our socials.
Yeah, literally, you can find us wherever you want to find us. Remember, go to our Reddit and add some stories because we know you have them.
You're just laying out on Saturday nights and you have got some cheesemate to share.
Yeah.
Go type it out. It feels good to get some stuff off your chest, and then we can talk about it.
Seriously.
Us and you and us, all of us.
Us and everybody together. Listening together.
Yeah. Put your business out there.
Yeah. Without your name. Again.
That's true.
You are anonymous.
Or if you don't want to be.
Or if you don't want to be. But you just got to specifically tell us you don't want to be, okay?
We still haven't done that.
Confession time is coming soon.
Yeah. The dating thing where like you single, you want to meet people. Send us your dating profile so we can put you out there.
Nobody's brave enough to give us a dating profile.
It's gonna happen. I'm manifesting it.
Did we really talk about Severance and Temptation Island again?
Did we really get deep this episode?
When we get deep, I get a little nervous.
Yeah,
so we really like to hear your feedback because it's like, did we really just talk about that? Also, merch coming soon, guys. Oh! Before we go, just if you're still listening to this, remember my poll I posted? Nobody voted they were gonna ride or die for their city. And if you know, you know. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Now a word from our sponsor.
Are you ready to elevate your brand?
Or are you still working on Canva logos until 2 a.m.?
Let Collective Dallas handle it.
They worked with Fortune 500s to small side hustles like your cousin's biz.
Web design, branding, they do it all.
Visit collectivedallas.com and let the pros handle it.
And if you want to run ads on our podcast,
email us at didwereallypodcast@gmail.com and we'll make your ad sound just as good.